Well, hello, neighbor. Just started back up. ACR texted me to say, "Hey, man, round two, ready, fight." So stupid. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Still messing with those teeth, man. Got to call the dentist tomorrow. You go now. You be here for an hour. You know, like you go. You know, buy you go. I broke out my Skeletor impersonation on the podcast at the end. So hopefully some people get a few laughs on that. Also broke out the Ned Flanders in the beginning. That was that was kind of cool. I like doing my stupid impersonations. Yeah, He-Man. Till we meet again. Merman. I have never heard anybody do a merman. Welcome back. Welcome back. I don't know what happened with the internet. Like I checked all of my stuff. Like I have a thing that I can look at. I am back. Um, I got a tool on my laptop here that I can look at my entire network and see what's going on. Also have same tool on my cellular. And yeah, everything was saying it was good, but whatever. Welcome back, demo man. Yeah, I was just telling ACR before everybody jumped in. I did my Skeletor impersonation on the podcast at the end, and I did my Ned Flanders in the beginning. So I like doing my stupid impersonations. At work up here, being Pittsburgh area, we have the one of our radio stations has Mike Tomlin on for the football hour or whatever, and they talk to Mike Tomlin about it. Well, I do a Mike Tomlin impersonation at work, and the guys are always like, "Hey, coach, you're coming on here in an hour. You want to cover the?" So if I'm up and working in the one area, I can stand there, and the boss comes out, and he has to stand there and listen to my Mike Tomlin stuff for a while because the standard is the standard, and when it come to Pittsburgh Steelers football, you have to make sure that you're progressing towards the downs, and the downs are what gets you towards the scoring whenever you're scoring. But the standard, and it's really a litmus test for how well you're going to do during the game of football when you're playing other teams on the field of football. That's just a really stupid impromptu one. I didn't have any Tomlin going to feed off of, so I always like having an extra filter. Always like having extra filters. Never Never a bad idea to have extra filters. Never a bad idea to have extra tape either. You never know what you're going to need it for. You just always do. So there's that. But yeah, besides the water stuff, something I wanted to break into a little bit is the old multi tools. I don't think people value their multi tools enough. These little buggers can get you out of a lot of jams. I carry my Leatherman every day. This is my practice from Swiss Tech, and I like this thing. Um, this is my new go-to. Um, Struggling to get it off, was tight, but I got it twisted. So the water thing, real quick. A little tiny bit of Vaseline, not around where it can get up into the threads or anything, but a little bit of Vaseline, just the tiniest little bit on there around the edge, or a little bit of cooking oil or olive oil or something like that. Just a tiny, tiny little bit will help those when you're threading them on. help them thread nicer, and help them unthread better. I mean, you can torque them down and you're not going to get anything in as long as you keep it up around the collar and not where the liquid's going to flow through. It's helped me tremendously throughout the years doing that. So another little Tin Man tip I use. Um, yeah, these guys, man, they're like the unsung heroes of life in reality. These guys, I don't know how many times, no matter what I'm doing, I always end up going to that stupid multi-tool. Whether I need a knife, I need a pliers, I need a file, I need a saw, I need a screwdriver, need any of that. Welcome back, Krista. I always end up going to a dang multi-tool. These guys are the unsung heroes of life, and they don't get enough love. Well, they're often forgotten whenever you see different Minuteman prepared videos, stuff like that. They say, yeah, multi-tool. Give these guys some love. They deserve it. They deserve it. They're the unsung heroes of everyone's life. Um, I'm really geeking on this Swiss Tech practice. My Gerber is a badass. That thing has the thing that you can put in it for a bit driver, and I have a bunch of bits I carry for working on guns when I'm out in the field. This practice was like $50 at Walmart. I got a gift card from my boss for Christmas for $50. I literally went and got this. I had been eyeing it up. One of my homies here, we call him the workhorse. He is a big Swiss Tech fan too. He was eyeing it up. I'm like, let me check that out. And I started checking out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that damn thing whenever I get the chance, and it worked out. But this thing is pretty freaking sweet. Got the new Swiss Tech logo on it, the Walmart version of the Swiss Tech logo. Because I'm not sure if you guys were aware, Walmart bought Swiss Tech. So Swiss Tech is still making their own stuff. They're not cheap Chinesium, whatever. They're just under Walmart. This does not have a pocket clip. It does not. It has the pouch that this goes in. The pouch that it goes in, I actually repurposed that, and I'm using it for a 10-round pistol mag. It fits in there perfectly. It's labeled for a multi-tool. It's not labeled for a magazine. It doesn't have like a 511 or anything on it, so it's kind of indescript. It's just got like the little Swiss Tech little tree logo as you see there. It's just got that on the side. So I put mag in that. This actually goes in my chest rig I just did the video on. This is the multi-tool for that chest rig. I have one in all of my gear, one each in every single thing. All my packs have an extra multi-tool. All my glove boxes, armrests, they're everywhere. Um, I almost have a hot hand and Mylar blanket and multi-tool fetish. I talked to you guys last week. I was saying about like the little Swiss Army knives. I have a crap ton of those as well. Just love them. They work good. Anyway, these things here, what's cool about them is you get your serrated blade, right? You also get your regular blade. On the outside here, I also get my saw with the degouger. You can also use this for pushing or using the tip hook here to grab a hold of something and pull it through when you're trying to thread stuff, but it also saws. And they do lock in place. I'm going to show you that there. They do have a lock in place. It is a liner lock, just like your pocket knives are. I'm sure you guys can hear that. Clicks pretty good. It's pretty good positive retention. Then the other thing on the outside here is a file. It has one type of grit on one side, one type on the other. It's got like a fine saw blade on this side, but it also has like the little fish hook degouger kind of thing on the end. Great, great tool. When we go into the inside, obviously you got your pliers with your little wire cutter, stripper down there, that kind of stuff. They're not spring loaded. I don't care about that. They do have the skizzers on them, just a little trimming stuff up. And the release on this is on the back side. So you got to push it on the back to release it. They do have the scissors. They do have a little wedge hook. It's like a rope cutter kind of deal, little kind of bottle opener kind of deal on it. And lastly, on this side, we got the bottle opener, and it also has a little rope cutter type thing there. Not open them all the way, so that way I don't have to hit the button. On the other side, that's kind of like your tool for your Phillips, micro Phillips, flathead. Um, Pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy on here, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing weird. I can do a lot with this thing. Multi-tools, the unsung hero of the world. Welcome back, Pilgrim. Welcome back, anybody else I missed while I was on my tangent about multi-tools and how much I love them. Coffee pods like Keurig. We have one of the Keurigs that does the pod on one side and the pod on the other. Love that thing. Hardly ever use the coffee pot side, mostly the pod side for like a quick. We drink Cafe Bustelo and like a regular like French roast, whatever the red pack is that you get from Walmart, whatever it is. Um, I don't do Starbucks. I don't do Dunkin'. I don't do any of the you know designer coffee places. When I lived out in Washington, when I was Krista's neighbor and not Grit and Grace's neighbor. I drank a lot of Dutch Brothers, a lot of Dutch Brothers. It was so expensive and it's very heavy. Um, and I got to the point where like gas station coffee or just straight up black coffee is perfectly fine for me. When I was in my previous life, I was Mr. Black Coffee. You could stand a spoon up in my black coffee. It was so strong. Um, yeah, if you can't smell the number nine, I wasn't drinking it. I do like some of the local coffee shops. My problem is with some of the local coffee shops is you just get a straight up like black coffee, a small one, just a small little hot cup of black coffee. It's like $7 or $8. I'm like, yeah, hard pass. I'll go to Sheets, the gas station, get something for like $1.89. I don't know. I got away from coffee there for a while too, and I got into like the herbal teas and like green tea and ginseng tea, oolong tea, stuff like that. I really got into that stuff for a while. Love it. Sheets coffee is awesome. Grit and Grace, I'm a Sheets freak. I have like 85 bazillion points on my Sheets card, so I go there and eat for free quite often. We have some of those reusable cups. Um, I like those reusable the little baskets. Love them things. We used one for quite a long time and would load it with espresso roast, cafe bustelo, stuff like that. Sheets is a local gas station. Out there, that would be like your Maverick or Circle K or what Sunmart used to be. But they have like it's more geared, I would say, towards Maverick, like the Maverick up there on Road 68. I think they had one over around West Richland too. They set one up before I moved. But yeah, Sheets is more like Maverick, but bigger. Yeah, we are definitely full of Sheets. I actually know the guy that owns the chain. Um, Lives over and around Altoona area. They're actually looking at putting a Rudders up here. I'm like, okay, Rudders, what's next? Are we going to get a Wawa? But I love me the Valero down there at Chestnut Ridge in Grantsville. What's one of my favorite places to go. But yeah, the multi tools are unsung heroes. I love them. They're great, fantastic, whatever. Um, the little cups. That's what I was talking about. Squirrel. The cups. They or basket or whatever you call it snaps open. Put in what you want. Close it. They're awesome. Yes, the ATF store. Love that place. Um, those baskets were awesome, but we always had issues with it popping open and then getting grounds through everything. So we stopped using them and just went straight to the pods. Tim Hortons. I have not had Tim Hortons. My wife was talking about it. Peach was talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta try this coffee. But every time we go for it at the store, it's never in. So I just haven't looked out to be able to get it. 120-ounce coffee. You know, I don't. I stop eating anything at about 8 o'clock. I stop eating. Then I go into a fast. I don't eat then again until the next day at noon at lunch. Um, I'll have a coffee in the morning, and then I get into my coveted Aldi's Red Thunder and chugging down water the whole time. But I mean, I'll have one 12-ounce coffee, and that's it anymore. I used to drink a whole pot of espresso roast, plus add espresso shots to it because my one daughter has an espresso machine. So we'd add to our cups, we'd add like quad shots and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't do much anymore, but sometimes in the evening, if like we have like some Italian food or something like that, I'll kick on a pot or kick on a like a 8-ounce coffee or something like that, and then I'm good. I'm chill. Most of the time, that's decaf. But another thing I want to talk with you guys about a little bit. Prepared had his video up there, and he was one. He did the BCA rifle, which is awesome. I have two BCAs, and they have worked flawlessly. I don't know why people crap on them. They're great. Um, they were the one company that worked with me when I was building my marksman rifle to because they didn't have anything off the shelf that they made that was what I wanted. And they worked with me with parts kits so I could build it. They mixed and matched for me so I could do what I wanted to do for that rifle. So that's one of a kind. They don't make that rifle. You can't even buy the upper and the lower and piece them together. That is a one of a kind. Thanks to Bear Creek years ago, right? They did so awesome with that. And that thing, that marksman rifle, love that thing. Then I went and I bought another upper set up from them for one that I was building. I was like, I had a lower ready to go, did some work with it, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, what do I want for an upper? I'm a huge fan of Noveski. I have a cat named Noveski. My Nova, that's her short name. Noveski was named after Noveski, obviously. I love Noveskis. I was gonna get a Noveski upper for it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get a Bear Creek because they did right by me for that thing, and it's functioned flawlessly. That other upper on my special little Ivar, yeah, I name all my stuff. I'm touched. But anyway, yeah, Ivar, he has functioned flawlessly. I've had no issues and thousands of rounds through them, and they're beautiful. They've worked great. But yeah, Prepared did that video on that rifle, and shout out to him. Yeah, that's good on you, buddy. I know Modern Frontiersman reps them. I know J Modern Minuteman reps them. Awesome. I'd like to see companies like that get more light and get more positive for them because they're really great to work with. Great people there. Whenever I was trying to do what I needed to do, had some issues with trying to get the shipping worked out and stuff. We talked to the one manager there. I believe her name was April, and she was very helpful. I was at work and couldn't give them a call from obviously the work phones because I have no cell phone service where I work. Um, I tasked the wife to it. She called them and told them what was going on. They're like, "Oh yeah, we have that order." Da, da, da. We talked to them. Hey, yep, it got held up. We're gonna take and we're going to instead of shipping it with them, we're gonna have it come back and we're gonna ship with these guys and have it overnighted to you. So they refunded my shipping charge and paid to have it overnighted to me, which was amazing. They're great, great people. You just gotta be nice. Patriot, what's up, man? But he was talking about the medical stuff. He had the tourniquet there and was talking about that stuff. And I'm like, yes, brother, preach, 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 preach. I like using the color tourniquets for training. Anytime I'm doing anything with that kind of element when I'm working with people, I always use a different color than a regular black one, right? I like those blue ones for training. I do the same thing. But I don't buy the expensive ones in a color. I buy the cheaper ones. I'll buy the cheaper ones because it's just for demonstration and just showing how to do the things. Have I had some of them break while I'm doing stuff? Yes. But I'm out a couple bucks versus spending a lot, right? And it's something that people can take with them and they can practice with that cheapy blue one. Now, one thing I will say is whenever you're buying the stuff to use in your packs, don't go with a cheapie. Go with a good one. Go with a good one. Go buy from his store. Buy from Prepared Citizen store with his stuff. That's one dude that we interact with that I know he's got legit stuff. Bear Independent, Refuge Medical, they have great stuff. Go with them. They got good stuff. One of the fellows that follows my channel here, Medic Up 2024, great videos. He's got some good videos. If you guys aren't following him, find him, check him out. I will be posting both of their links on the podcast. So on Spotify, you'll see the links there for them. I know a lot of you guys from the YouTube guild, you guys already follow Prepared. I've seen you in the lives, in the comment sections. So I know you guys follow them. But those of you who are the silly Sallies originally from Tin Man here that may not, you'll get that over there on the podcast. Um, yeah, buy once, no cheap Chinese stuff when it's for the stuff you're literally using. For the stuff you're using, buy good stuff when it comes to medical. If you're buying like little cheap bags and stuff to like make your own grab and go kind of kits, whatever. But when it comes to the actual items you're using for medical supplies, don't scrimp on it. For training, yes, you can buy cheaper stuff just to beat around. But when it rubber meets the road for real life, go with good stuff. Um, One thing that I haven't seen anybody discuss with any of the stuff that does in the medical channels, which maybe I do this because I'm a survival instructor as well. I take whenever I'm doing any of the outdoor adventure stuff, okay, mountain biking, hiking, climbing, kayaking, like ACR likes to do, doing that kind of stuff. I like to get the good tourniquets. I'm talking the good tourniquets. I like to get the good tourniquets. If I can get them in a high vis, I always go high vis for my adventure stuff, my outdoors adventure stuff. One of the reasons being is bright color. If you get hurt, you get a tourniquet on, stop bleeding, you pass out. You got something high vis that's going to signal some type of rescue to come and see that high vis, whether it's on your arm, your leg. That high vis is going to be better for someone trying to rescue you. I've been out for SNR stuff, and I'm looking around, done training with them, and you're looking for somebody, and a lot of times they don't give you a signal if they're going down. So if they're down, if you they're laying and you can't see them, well, I can pick up that high vis there. I can see it. It's easier for me to see. A lot of times they have reflective on them too. So if you're trying to find them at night, ACR Twin and I were talking about night vision and thermal and stuff offline. But even with that digital night vision, emitting that IR, it will reflect back off of that reflective tape that is on some of those tourniquets that you can pick up that at night whenever you're looking for somebody. That was one of the things that I was able to pick up the victim with my digital night vision. And I used that specifically for search and rescue because I could see that with that all that IR blasting out there, it makes it reflect more that I'll be able to see it easier. The other dudes that had just the passive stuff, they were just kind of going and they didn't see it. But me blasting the IR with that digital, I was able to see it. Then they were able to see it because I was emitting IR for it to reflect back at us. So one of the cool tips and tricks for that kind of stuff with medical, is those high vis tourniquets. And if you don't have reflective tape or anything like that, no reflective material on them, make sure you're adding some type of reflective IR tape to some of that kind of stuff so people can rescue you if you're in your adventure hiking backpacking type stuff. Okay, one of the things that I've learned with my experience I want to pass on to everybody here. But yes, I agree, buy once cry once when it comes to medical. That's the way to go. um yeah, right, spend money and play show and tell. I've been in the game of preparedness and survival for 25 years. So plus. So a lot of the stuff I've accumulated over the course of 2 plus decades. Some of this stuff is gifts and stuff like that, like my pack, which is identical to this that Mando got me. Um, yeah, it was a gift. This came with that Kingsguard pack I did the review on. I have another one that's camo, like exactly like this. That's camo, or Fed cam, multicam. That it came with my 30 plus liter CV Life backpack that I had. That it's just a, overnight I got to go somewhere or for work or whatever, hanging out, or we go to our daughters or go to a friend's place or something for spend the weekend. I throw stuff in there. It's my suitcase. It's not good for doing the Minuteman type things, but it's good for that kind of overnight kind of stay. It had one of these exact kind of packs on it. I know it wasn't directed at me, dude, but honestly, you'd be surprised how many comments that I've gotten about, "Oh, it must be nice to have all this." I've been doing this for like 20 some years. Like, some of this stuff is older than most people watching some of these videos. like, like that dang Remington pack back there that I'm setting up as the marksman pack. That dang thing is, it's older than all of our kids, and our oldest is 28. I mean, I've had that thing for a long minute. Some of my knives and stuff you know, I've had, and I will tell you, I've bought really good gear that I've had some relationships last longer than that gear did. I mean, some of that stuff's terrible. I've spent $300 on a freaking 30-liter pack just to have it bust and the seams fall out of it and the zippers rip out of it day one using it. Let's see here. I'm on this one. Yeah, Luciv, you got some cool stuff, dude. You do. You really do. Um, Sometimes I watch videos and stuff whenever I'm going to bed. I'll clear my head and watch some videos like that, and I know it just makes me happy. I start drifting off, and I'll fall asleep, and I wake up. My phone's not charging. Oh crap! It's 3 in the morning. I have to plug it in. I gotta get up in an hour. But this little guy here, I want to talk about him. I have my EDC tin for my Boo Boo kit. I carry it. I also carry a Boo Boo kit on my EDC pack. I also have base trauma stuff, compression gauze, things like that, quick clot, that kind of stuff, gloves in my bag, along with some medical tape. Also have a tourniquet on there. This right here, this is more along the lines of, we're going somewhere and I need more than just an IFAC. I need more than just a little boo boo kit. This is enough to treat a couple people. This bag was made by King's Guard. It came with that 100-liter pack I did the review on. He has one that he got me that I think he found at Marshall's. It's the same damn thing, except it doesn't feel as heavy as this one does. Um, and I think it was made by like East West. I think he picked it up for like 15 bucks or something like that. These are on Amazon too. Some of them have Velcro on here. This one did not, so I took fishing line. And this is a Velcro patch, as you can see here. I took the fishing line And I just kind of like did quick stitch with a big heavy needle and my multi-tool and stitched it on here because it didn't have Velcro. So I could label this up as a med kit. Um, my gear through a lifetime of sacrifice and bad decisions. You're going on vacation and driving his car. I'm buying gear. That's pretty much about me. I haven't taken a vacation in a long, long time, but that may be changing at some point here. And you guys might end up putting eyes on some of that. But anywho, this bag you can find them on Amazon. They sell them independently. I have one is set up as a survival kit. I have the one that I'm setting up as the butt pack on my belt for my patrol rig. Right. Um, this one I set up as a med kit. I have another bag that hangs up there on top of the or on the side of the ammo cabinet that has an ambu bag with different size face things for getting air to somebody. I have the ambu bag up there just in case I need to pump air. This thing is set up so that way I can grab it, and if I need to treat multiple people besides myself, okay, I don't want to use my stuff on me, or I want to use my stuff on me, but then I have this set up. If I have to treat one of the homies, I have another bag that I can go with. I will say the nice thing about these bags, these are actually a pretty daggone good bag. Very very useful, not just for medical, for survival, for utilitarian type stuff. But they're a little different. They have these plastic things on the top, right? And they come with this strap that clips in. I have it clipped in, as you can see back here, just undoes on the side, has all that, but it folds in underneath itself. There's a pass through. Okay. The pass through is kind of nice because you can just put it on a belt, like feed your battle belt through here and have it hang as a butt pack, right? If you're not using it as a med kit, you can use it as a butt pack on your battle belt. It also has the molly on it that you can thread it through. It's got these little keepers on here. You can thread it through and clip it onto a pack. You can use it as a back panel or something. Some people have those molly seat covers in the backs of their trucks. You can put this on there, have it staged as a grab and go, rip it off if you're using a medical kit or something like that. These are great little packs for that. It does set up as a belt, so you can wear it as a belt around in this configuration. You can put it on over the top and use it like a shoulder sling bag, or you can thread it through, do molly. There's a lot of different ways to mount this thing up. But the cool thing about it is it does pop open, has a main compartment on top where you can put all your stuff. Yeah, I put sunscreen in too because sunburn sucks, and a lot of our friends have small kids, so I keep this around in case I need to throw some SPF 50 on some children's. Stethoscope, gauze. Um, I have a cravat here. I have hot hands Mylar blanket. I have some cotton balls and crinkle gauze. I also, as I get in here, these little things, these eye dressing packets. These things are great. They work good for, as you see the dude here, for use in commercial use or out in the road. Dude got his eye poked. Yeah, you can use your other stuff for that, but this is specifically for an eye. If you're out crashing around the woods and you just happen upon poking yourself in the eye, if you're not wearing eye pro, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but for whatever reason, you're not wearing eye pro and you got to take off and run and you end up getting a stick in the eye. Sucks, right? Well, you have a bandage for said stick in the eye. Sometimes you might get some kind of shrapnel or something stuck in your eye. You can dress over that so you can get your next level of care. That stuff's great for that. Yes, elusive. Don't sell yourself short. Keep rolling, dude. You got it, man. You're doing great. I love your stuff. The first aid is the first step. There's nothing wrong with taking your first steps, man. Build on that. Build on that. Nobody poked me in the eye. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's right over this slick dome. But yes, elusive. First aid's your first step. Training wheels. Got to learn to crawl before you can walk, before you can run. Go with that first aid, man. If you get any kind of stop the bleed or trauma classes that you can do over there, go for it. If you know somebody that works with like we have EMTs here, um, where they go out with the ambulance and stuff like that. People that work in search and rescue, people that work as EMTs, um, emergency medical people. Period. Sometimes they'll put stuff together and teach you this stuff, so you can learn the trauma stuff. So, and where there is no doctor, things like that. Prepared was talking about those kind of books. There's tons of them out there. The Prepper's Medical Guide, Medical Handbook. Um, I like. I was I've been wanting a series for a while. Professional Citizen is my next series that I'm getting into. The first one I wanted to get into was Tactical Wisdom series by Joe Dolio. Second one I wanted to do is jump down into Odysseus. Now you got me there. I know now, but yeah, you got me. But I wanted to jump into next was NC Scouts books and his series. Guerrilla's Guide to the Baofeng Radio, Guerrilla's Guide to Signals Intelligence, things like that. I wanted to get into that series because there's a lot to learn there. And dude is, in my opinion, after years upon years of listening to him and following him with Radio Contra and everything else and Brush Beater, he's on it. He's on it. He knows his stuff. He's one of the leading experts, in my opinion. Between him and Kay from Combat Studies Group, yeah. But I wanted to read his series that he had out there, Guerrilla's Guide to Baofeng Radio, Signals Intelligence, Guerrilla Dispatch, Volume 1, 2, Volume 3 is coming out. He's got a lot of good books in his library. Now I want to get into the professional citizens books. I'm excited to start those. My birthday's coming up next month, and I'm like, ooh. The family asked me what I wanted. I was like, this series. For Christmas, I was like, Tactical Wisdom series and NC Scouts series. My birthday, I want these series. So small victories, man. If you can get into those books and start learning that kind of stuff, like I'm talking about, 21st, um, yeah, if you can get into learning that stuff, like I was talking about here with training with the firearms and stuff like that, um, if you can do the same kind of principle with learning that stuff, you know, the more you train at home, when you go to that class, the more you're going to comprehend when it comes to doing the different things. Like, okay, I got this rubber tubing, right? Stretchy. Well, I've done the homework and I've done the class training that I know what this is. When I went to the class, I already had this. They're like, wow, you already have, yeah, yeah, I've done my homework. Um, Yo ENT shears, as I just throw them around here because they don't mean anything, right? EMT shears. These are great, great tools. They work good for escape and evasion too. Just saying, just saying. Zip ties, they cut them. But having stuff like this, you know, this outside pocket here just zips open for like quick stuff in case I need to do something where I need to tie this off and get a vein. Yes, both my wife, myself, and our youngest daughter all know how to do that stuff. My wife was a dialysis technician. My youngest daughter is an RN. I was a retard. So we uh we all know how to do all this kind of stuff. One thing I do like to keep with my medical stuff is these little guys, these Whirlpack stand-up hydration bladders. They may not look like much. 36, big bearded warrior. What's up, brother? Welcome, my man. Who love your stuff, man. Love your stuff. Glad you made it. But yeah, these Whirlpack stand-up bladders. 36-ounce bladder, drop a couple tablets in it. I can get some fresh water. I can I can get water in here and I can put it in a stream or something, cool it down, and apply it. Somebody's having heat issues, I can use this like a cool pack, right? Not just for drinking, but I can also use this as a cool pack. These work great for that kind of stuff. I keep one in here. Somebody might be dehydrated. I can actually improvise and drip with what I have in here and what I have in my other kit. I can improvise a drip and I can set up an IV with this if I need to. So I do have that capability, and we do have the knowledge and the wherewithal to be able to do all that stuff. Hence why I have this and this close at hand. Moleskin, just a simple sheet of moleskin, just to save that rubbing and stuff like that. Um, it's adhesive on the back. These things can do other things too. Just something to keep in the mind brain there. I have a suture removal kit here, just because. Yes, please do not confuse moleskin with skin from moles, because that gets a little creepy and voodoo woogy woo kind of stuff. I'm not into that. Having gloves, having that kind of stuff at hand. I do carry two different plume sticks out here. One red, and I have one blue. These are for signaling other people. We have a condition red. We have a high end emergency. We have blue. We have something that I can take care of with these. So that way, if I'm dealing with something at night and there's a bunch of other people around, I can crack this off and signal to everybody else. I don't have to run around and say, "Hey, I need help here." They see the light, they can come running, right? Because Billy may have fallen off his bike. Okay, I can blue. I can take care of that with this. If it's red, they somebody sees me pop a red, my family, they know, call 911, get somebody else on board. Blue, they know I can take care of it. Just another nice little thing that I've learned throughout the years, and something that your family can train to. Okay, just throwing that out there. But yeah, compressed gauze, all that kind of stuff, rolled gauze. I got this one a while back. This is bandage gauze roller camouflage, 2 inches by 6 yards, and it's sterile. So it's apparently camouflage gauze. Never seen it before. Never seen it before. But in here, I keep all my boo boo stuff, my band aids, all that kind of thing. And I keep my suture kit in here so I can stitch somebody up should I need to. Have all that on hand. On the outside, easy to get to should somebody need that. Brother, I see your videos, Big Beard Warrior. I see your stuff was in your chat the other night with you there. Um, I'm like, I'm trying to type back, and I'm like, I kind of feel awkward saying BBW. I just been calling you BB. Um, on the end of this pack, got two little pouches on the other side, zippers. I have not cut off these tabs. No, you're not the only one, ACR. But I haven't cut off these tabs because they jingle, right? On all my other Minuteman gear, I have all these things cut off. I don't keep them on there. Jackson. Hooah. I call you Jackson then, brother. Love that name, by the way. Has a special connection to me from back when I was a kid. I keep these on here so they do jingle. This is a medical pouch that I use in normal type stuff. So I want it to jingle so people hear, hey, medical pouch is coming out. Keeping that antibiotic ointment, simple stuff, ace bandage. Other side, I put compressed gauze in here, Curlex, a big old thing of that in here, just so I can grab it and go if I need to just get gauze on and stop putting pressure. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with these guys here. Survival kits, they're great for. Medical kits, as you see, they're great for. Great, great, great little pouch. And Jackson wasn't here earlier to see some of the others weren't. So I'll go back to the mask. I may not be the YouTuber you need, but I'm the YouTuber you deserve. So yeah, I was rocking the cowl earlier. I was talking about how I am going to take and get another one of these, and I am going to camo it up, like my boy Krisky had the mask from Mad Max or Jason or whatever you want to say. I actually have a freaking I made a custom Risky Krisky pen here a couple years ago, and I sent it to him. And he was like, "Dude, that is freaking awesome!" But yeah, not Batman. I'm the Batbeard. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna camo one up, and when I go out and do some videos and stuff out in the wild beyond, I'm gonna have the camo Batman on, but I'll have like the multicam, or M81 or something like that on with the balaclava with the mask, so you won't see all this. It'll just be the over top. But yeah, I figured I'd break out the cowl today. So been told. Ugh, that time got real busy here this morning. Haven't been sleeping so well here at night. I have acid issues, and I ended up getting a. I was literally watching uh, Big Bearded Warriors live the other night. I'm sitting there mowing down on freaking Brooklyn. Was it the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut? Haven't had Pizza Hut in probably 3 years. Went and got one, and I love all the pepperoni and stuff. And the big slices make you fold them and eat them, and they just drippy and delicious. So I was sitting there eating that and some cheese sticks, and wife got some honey barbecue wings. Um, they're sitting there eating that stuff, and my acid ended up kicking up. So Friday night, it was like, didn't sleep well, and I got still having issues with my teeth here. Been back and forth to the dentist trying to get stuff taken care of, and I might as well just grab that, take a few toots of some high horsepower whiskey, and take care of it myself. But I don't want to. I'd rather go and get the shots. But the shots, they don't bother me. Shots don't bother me for the Novocaine and stuff. Does not bother me. What bothers me is the after effect, like the wound track from where, yeah, I know I got your attention. But like the wound track where they poke you with the Novocaine and stuff, I'm not a fan of the feeling after that. Like I was there Tuesday and it's Sunday and I still feel it up in here. It's like, is that needle like that long and it's like going up to here, coming out the back of my freaking head? Stupid. Yeah, today I'm just rolling a little bit of apple juice today. Just a little bit of apple juice to help clear this out. But yeah, I have good teeth. I mean, I have, well, hereditarily I don't, but I take care of my stuff. Like I put in a chew after I get done with this. I'm going around brushing my teeth. Anytime I eat anything, I'm brushing my teeth, flossing, doing all my proper stuff. I got good strong teeth. It's just hereditary. Like my parents didn't, and so yes, Jackson, whiskey is definitely life. I love my whiskeys. I love my bourbons. Um, my next door neighbor, the Amish overlord. He's not Amish. He's not an overlord, but that's my call sign for him on the radio. I'm the redneck Viking, and he's the Amish overlord. When we have our bow fangs and we talk back and forth between houses, we're such children. We literally are. But anyway, when he gets back from work, my cousin brought me four different whiskeys that bourbons rather that we're going to sit down and have a straight, and we're going to smoke, and we're gonna have two glasses and try one straight and try one smoked. And there's four different ones, and I believe that I may have talked Vonjamin into sitting down and doing a YouTube with me, do a video on it. So it's gonna be something completely off the wall and different for Tin Man TNA. I mean, Tin Man Tactical and Apparel. I will be doing a little bit of work with Twin. He's got his helmet he just did the video on. with the mish, with the stuff, and he's doing some upgrades. So I'm going to help him out with the upgrades, since TinMan TNA, my business, is working with Scrim, doing the pack covers, doing the rifle wraps, doing the helmet covers. That's what I do. So I'm going to help him out to get that mish all wrapped up all nice, and working with him and ACR doing rifle wraps and doing some pack covers. So that way, whenever they get them done, they can do their videos, and I've done mine and stuff. Um, have you curious about the smoking the whiskeys and such? Well, if I end up not doing a video of it, I will definitely FaceTime you so that way we can do it. And I can't say whether there's going to be cigars involved or not. Do a whiskey live, grit and grace. Ooh, I I love my whiskey. I love my beer. I have Sam Adams Cold Snap, and I have my Yingling upstairs. I got a Russian Imperial Stout out here. I really like. Um, Pardon me for a second. I will be right back. Okay, this is a Sanctuary Russian Imperial Stout, 10.5. Ooh, yeah, yeah, that's right, ACR. Hmm. This is one of our local PA breweries that's like 30 minutes from me. Um, these are really freaking good. They're very very heavy. They're very dark. They're like dark like a Guinness, but they are freaking delicious. Scooby Doo would love this, and he would say it's delicious. I have a fridge outside my cave that I put all my craft beers in, and I have a little fridge inside my cave that I put a beer or two in with some water and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, I love my cigars. I love my whiskeys, love my bourbons. I have the Half King Honey Whiskey up there, which is another PA whiskey. It's a mead whiskey. I've talked about that before. Um, I don't know if they carry Screech Owl or not. I'll look for it the next time I go like Beer Barn or any place like that, where they have the craft stuff. I'll see if they got that. I've I've heard of it, but I've never looked for it. Um, yeah, my Ridge Runner up there. I have some American Anthem in the cabinet. I have Nelson Brothers aplenty out there, some Buffalo Trace, some Eagle Rare, some Sazerac. I have some Basil Hayden. I have all the different ones that my cousin brought me. I don't even know the names of them. Like I literally have an entire bar out there, all the mixers and all that kind of stuff with another fridge, a water cooler with the Insta Hot. I mean, I have a snack station over there for the kids, and we have a home theater outside my cave here with the big Tyrannotron and all that crap. So the kids can come down here, watch movies, make popcorn and all that stuff, make hot chocolates, coffees, whatever down here. And if I feel so inclined, I'll go make myself a nice little old fashioned while I'm watching a movie. I haven't been down here to watch a movie in a while. I'm looking forward to it one of these days. we are, I have, I will be doing a video. You guys are going to love this video. This needs to be like the most video of videos that ever videoed on the videos of the YouTubes. Okay. I have a TV upstairs. Nice, nice TV. It's like a 60-inch or something like that. It's our living room TV, and I have the sound bar in, and I have the speakers flown because electrician. I can do all that kind of stuff. Did home theater for years. I'm really into that kind of stuff. So I mounted on the wall, have the speakers flying up next to the TV and stuff. Really cool. Well, that TV has a literal mind of its own. Literal mind of its own. Freaking possessed. I have prayed over this TV. I have thrown holy water at it. I have tried to anoint this TV with oil. I mean, I have unplugged it and plugged it back in and followed the proper protocols for resetting my television. I have gone and redone the system boot so that way I have the proper software and blah 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 blah. Blah. I've done all that with Vizio. I love Vizio TVs. All my other TVs are all Vizios and they're all freaking fantastic. Oh, the Sage that did nothing. Did nothing. It just scented the room for us. That's all. So That TV, you can be right in the middle of watching something, nobody touching the remote or nothing, boom, goes off. Just turns itself off. It'll randomly turn itself on when it wants to. It will take and mute itself when it wants to. It will jank the volume all the way up when it wants to. So I'm sitting there watching some YouTubes or something, watching Barrel and Hatchet. Next thing I know, turns off. Go to turn it back on, it won't turn back on. Nice little trick you can use. Just so happens I have a TV remote right here that I can demonstrate this for you guys, which also ties into night vision. Okay. So the Minutemans of the chat, take notes. Take notes. The domestic people, the people that live in houses and have TV remotes and stuff, whenever you hit buttons, do you see that right there? See how that's lighting up? If you look at it, it does nothing. If you have a camera with digital, it is going to light up through the camera, right? Like, see that? You're visible, you can't see it. Through the camera, you're going to see it. Take your cell phone. And of course, Mando is calling me right now. I'd answer it and put him on speaker, but I have no idea what he would say. He would probably say all kinds of stupid, offensive stuff because that's what he does when he calls me. Like, he will literally call me and say the most random stuff. But as y'all can see here, I'm going to take and how do I want to do this? Like this, just like your cell phone. You can't, if y'all can see, you can see with your cell phone. There we go. That infrared lights up. If you are ever questioning if your remote's working, you can take your cell phone and check your TV remote, not just randomly swap the batteries. You can see that it's working. Well, I check and make sure, okay, my remote is working. I can, right? Yeah, the remote's working. Everything's just perfect. But the TV will do whatever it wants to do whenever it wants to do it. I can hit the button and go on Netflix. It'll open Hulu. I can be watching Netflix and it'll just kick off and kick on Paramount Plus. It'll shut everything off. Like, so I'm going to take that TV. I'm buying a new TV for downstairs. We're upgrading and going to an 80 something inch Samsung for downstairs. I still have my Samsung discounts because I'm a Samsung technician. I'm gonna get that TV. I'm gonna put that Samsung up down here with the home theater when we do finish doing it this summer or maybe this fall. And I'm taking the TV that's out here that's a 75 and I'm taking it upstairs and replacing it. That 60 that's up there is getting packed with tannerite and I'm taking out to one of the boys' places and we're gonna bacow. We're gonna send it into the next freaking county. So I will do a video of that. So that one will be the video of all videos. I cannot wait. The entire family is waiting for me to get that Samsung down here so I can put the other one up there and do away with that one. I would give it away to somebody that needs a TV, but I don't want them to have a possessed TV. I mean, I'm in nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. I've done literally everything technical that can be done, everything spiritual that can be done to the thing. I've done. It don't like me. It don't like our house. It worked perfectly fine at the old house. Moved it in here, and it's just like, meh. I'll probably be getting rid of some, poltergeist or something, and it'll, I don't know, try and fly up my butt or something. Whatever. No, I would answer it. I would answer it, but chances are he's not going to say anything that's YouTube friendly at this point. I'll put it that way. Yeah, Scooby Doo episode of Supernatural is kind of like what it feels like for real. Um, I don't watch Supernatural, but my daughter did, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is Scooby Doo." I'm like, "Okay," I watched it with her, but yeah, that's what's going to happen with that damn thing. Not not playing. Not playing. Done. Done. Hitting the teeth. I'm gonna text Mando. Like he sends me stuff like this, right? He texts me and sends me this, and the caption to that is, "That's me when I blow up and make it to Valhalla." Then he last night we were talking about like some medical stuff he's got going on, and he was telling me about it. I was like, "Yeah, fuck every bit of that, bro." He's like, "Ooh, out of nowhere, randomly, just text me this. Says, I found that for you." But yeah, if I call him and put him on speaker, he's been on the podcast with me. He did three-part series with me. We went over the Navy SEALs bugging guide. So the randomness is he would definitely offend many people. That's what he does. He's really good at it. I love the dude tremendously. He's like an adopted little brother, cousin, son type thing. If you knew somebody that had like the tism to the like 75th power, I'm a domesticated moron, but he is a whole nother level. Doing tell him I'll call him back. I'm doing a YouTube live. I told him I almost answered it and put it on speaker. So, how is everybody's day going here on Sunday? Oh, another little fun little trick with that infrared thing for the Mans out there with the night vision IR, right? You can use like an old chilling with your boy. We spend some time with the wife and our sister-in-law here a little bit later on. I cannot wait to see that trailer when it's done. That thing is going to be sick. But yeah, we're going to spend some time with Raven's mom here, cleaning up and meal prep for the week. My wife does that, and I love the fact that she does that. She is always making random stuff that, like, whoa. She used to do a lot of it on and like put it out on Facebook and stuff like that, and people were always asking her about meal prepping and stuff. And I mean, she's really good at it. Um, and she's always taking pictures and posting it up there. And people were like, "Oh, we'll pay you to come meal prep." She's like, "No, you do it for yourself. This is what I do. This is how I do it. You do it." But the IR thing, before I Scooby Doo squirrel into that, um, little old remotes from like stereos or old TVs or something like that. Take and you can use those smaller remotes for infrared signaling back and forth to your other boys with night vision. Um, Work it out, develop your brevity, how you want to do it, Morse code, tap code, however you want to do it with those infrareds. But you can signal each other with night vision with those little remotes. Just another fun little thing. Mando texts me back. He's like, "Dude, you could." I'm like, "No, no," because I know the words he uses and the things he says and the level of depravity, and I don't want that here. Not doing that. Just drinking apple juice and talking to some cool people. But yes, grit and grace, make the mess once. Make it a one and done thing. Um, we do as much meal prep as we can for like our lunches and stuff like that. Um, when it comes to dinner, it's always like the main Donnybrook of our house. She'll say, "Hey, these are our this. What do you guys want for?" We have a family group chat. What do you guys want for dinner? Crickets. I'm the only one who ever says anything, and then I'm the one that ends up deciding what everyone wants for dinner or what we're gonna have. And then it's like, oh, we just had that. Like my youngest was like, I don't want tacos. I'm like, I love tacos. Tacos are life. But she didn't want tacos for like 2 months, and I'm like, I'm going through withdrawals here. I need my tacos. Well, when she wasn't home, we ended up having tacos, and she was fine with that. Well, then we ended up making chicken tacos, and now she's okay with tacos as long as they're chicken tacos. I'm like, whatever. It's still freaking taco. Don't make me break out the knife hands. Randall uses them. Gruntproof uses them. I use them too when I'm teaching. And I'm talking to the kids when I'm laying down. When I go full freaking, Colonel of the Tank. You know, Sergeant Metal comes back out. The knife hands come back out. They know I'm serious when I break out the knife hands. The guys at work, when they see me start talking with knife hands, they know I'm serious too. Camera keeps going off out front, telling me somebody's out there. It's just the wife running back and forth, taking trash out and stuff. Yeah, we go and Sundays are like our meal prep day, and I clean up down in the basement. I take care of the cat's litters. We clean the dog bowls and all that kind of stuff for Mags, and you do all that kind of stuff. Do laundry. I do some most of the time. I'll record the podcast on Sundays. We're busy on a Saturday. I'll record it on Sunday. Um, I do my lives here on Sundays. But we have my sister-in-law, Raven's mom's going to come over and visit. We haven't seen her for quite a while. So we're going to get to spend some time with her and hang out. So that's going to be cool. That's going to be cool. Um, I really, really wanted to get outside and do my videos yesterday, but it was raining here all day and it was cold. It was like that, not the kind like you want to go out and do videos in and have somebody helping you do videos, because I'd have to drag the wife outside to help me because everybody else is busy. I don't want to drag her out in the cold and the rain. She's worth it to keep her warm and dry. Because if she's warm and dry in the house, domestic and such, it's much more cozy. So yeah, Mondays suck regardless. But yeah, having the meal prep, like whenever you're getting ready to leave in the morning, you can just grab a container, throw it in your thing, throw your stuff in it, and away you go. You ain't got to sit there and make anything. See, we had the cold and windy yesterday. We have the opposite today. It's actually kind of nice out today, but I already did the video that I did, so nah, go figure. Daylight and dollar short, right? Stupid, stupid. But yeah, I do want to get that pack video done and get it up and going, um, as the weather permits, because I want to get out with that. I really want to. I will be doing a video whenever I dye up the Salvation Army finds for the camo. Broke out one of the new camos I found Salvation Army yesterday. That ABU, I like it. Fit real nice. It felt real nice. Cool. I liked it. He washed his filthy ass. Well, you were out putting in some work too before, though, dude. So no need to be musty and crusty. I mean, I'm sure DJ probably appreciates you, you know, getting all cleaned up and such. Stanky asses. Yeah. Speaking of which, I gotta shower too. Shower, shave my head, and already trimmed up the damn beard. The wife says to me, she's like, "It's gonna be getting nice. You might want to. It's gonna get warm." And I'm like, "I'm a Norseman." Nobody chasing swamp ass. Yeah, you got to get all smelling good. Dude, I really got into those Duke Cannon soaps. I used to use like Squatch and stuff like that. I was like Gold Bar Dial guy, but then I like got into the Squatch stuff and like the Fresh Falls Squatch. I love that stuff. But there's a coconut one that was pretty freaking awesome too. But I got into the Duke Cannon soaps. Those big ass bricks. My guys, my guys, don't sleep on the Duke Cannon. Don't sleep on the Duke Cannon, my brothers. The sawtooth, smells great. Nice manly scent. Drives her nuts. She loves it. Same with the Midnight Swim. That one is also fantastic. She loves the smell I get out of the shower. She's like, "Oh hey," I'm like, "You want to get cozy?" But I feel like my skin feels nicer, dude. Making your own soap, I'd love to be able to do that. I want to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, but the Duke Cannon stuff's awesome for production soap. Um, yeah, dude, making your own soap's pretty freaking fantastic. I'd love to be able to do that. There's some people up around here that do that kind of stuff, but I just haven't been blessed with the time to be able to do that. Hopefully, one of these days I'll be able to do it. I used to use Cremo stuff ACR. Um, I have hippie girlfriends, dude. ACR, the 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 thing you sent, the hippies, it just reminded me of that. I gotta find it. Maybe you sent it directly to me. I don't know. Yeah, I think you sent it directly to me. Yeah, you sent it directly to me. Cocoa butter lotion. Cocoa butter lotion sounds fantastic. Reminds me of that movie with Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. Ladies Man. Tim Meadows. They look they look they look like he could be brothers. Anyway, yeah, the ladies man. That cocoa butter lotion. But yeah, ACR, you sent me that meme the other day. I'm gonna read it out here. So ACR's joke. I take no credit for this. He sent this to me. I was at work and he sent it to me, and I was like, okay, that made my freaking day. It's hilarious. How does one hippie polygamist count his wives? How does one hippie polygamist count his wives? Neon filth to the ladies, man. Grab your partner by the hand and do it in the butt. Yes. You mean I don't have to buy you a fifth sandwich? So, how does one hippie polygamist count his wives? The answer: one Mrs. Hippie, two Mrs. Hippie, three Mrs. Hippie. That was freaking awesome. That's totally an ACR meme, not mine. Yeah, totally corny. Totally corny. I got another one for you. How does the how does the sun cut his hair? He clips it. Yeah, love the dad jokes. Love the dad jokes. Yeah, the soap. I want to get into that. I want to. I'd love to like have all kinds of land, like some of our peoples do, and be able to do all this stuff. But here I am on the edge of suburbia, so I take what I can get, do what I can. Mm, out of apple juice. That sucks. So I'm back to the Red Bull. But yeah, you guys get the chance. Please swing over to Spotify. Um, you said about this podcast on your live, Jackson. The link is in my channel description for the podcast and the Twix and all that stuff. I call X Twitter. I call it Twix. Just combine the two, but also remember the commercials. There was a left Twix and a right Twix. Much the same on there. There's a left and a right. So that's why I call it Twix. But the links for all the socials are over there. Podcast episode 49 is going to be about home training. Talked a little bit about that kind of stuff here at the beginning of the live. Might have missed it, but anyway, it's all there. Talked about it. You can go back and rewatch the replay on this where I cover that kind of stuff. But react to contact, getting cover, reloads, all that kind of stuff. Modern Frontiersman, he covered it. I was doing the same thing at the same time he was. Hive mind was in full effect. Hive mind was in full effect. And Jackson, I love the fact that you are also a 19X man. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I'm putting the grip tape. Mm, rock on, brother. But yeah, I'm actually looking at some new holsters. Talk to that on the podcast with holsters. Um, I'm going to be looking at getting another holster for the 19X, but I'm also looking at getting different holster setups for the missus with her Glock 19. Swapping out the laser light setup she has on there. I have a Tacticon Firefly V1 that I originally bought a few years ago for some stuff. And it's a great light. It still works great. Still does all the stuff. It's great. Great light and laser, but it's bulky for her and does not fit a holster. She has to have a tornado holster. So I am doing away with that, and I am going to set her up with a light similar to what I have, either like an Olight Balder, PL Pro Valkyrie, Streamlight, TLR7, something like that, for hers, and getting her a new holster set up because currently she just is using a Blackhawk CQC paddle holster, um, just for when she goes out and trains, stuff like that. Um, she likes it, works great, but with the the light setup on it, it's not going to fit in that anymore. Only works for those if it's naked. Um, does have their time and place, but she's evolved past that, so I'm upgrading her. I'm trying to get her set up with an inner waistband version as well as an outer waistband version. She has her own belt system and all that kind of stuff. So trying to upgrade everything for her as I'm upgrading my stuff because I believe it was I forget who it was. I don't want to quote the wrong person. So somebody had said in one of their lives or one of their videos about not just outfitting yourself, also making sure your family's taken care of. I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking care of my family just the same. Both my daughters are outfitted. My future son-in-laws, I make sure they're outfitted. Every Christmas, every birthday, every time for a gift. If I get a deal on something, I get a couple. Like I got some extra. I got down here. I have a gas mask that I got for a gift for somebody. You know, take care of your family, take care of your people. The boys got gas masks for and multi tools for Christmas, and they were through the roof happy about it. Um, yeah, I mean, and it's not just using the gas mask for doing the things. It's you can put the dust filters on it if you're having to sand stuff down and do work. If I'm having to use a wire wheel and strip paint and stuff off and metal or get rid of rust or something, which I'm going to have a mower deck to restore here in a couple months. I'm going to throw that thing on so I'm not breathing in all that junk and being all for a few days and half dying. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw that thing on, put on the dust filters, and away I go. So they're actually useful, not just for the Minuteman type stuff, right? Multi tools, same thing. Talked about multi tools before. Different stuff like that. Like I gift to the family members and try and make sure everybody's taken care of with all the different things. I make a Altoids 10 survival kit. I've given all the boys those. I've given everybody boo boo kits. I've done the sewing repair kits, the little micro Altoids 10 I did a video on. I have a sewing kit, repair kit with duct tape and fishing line and thread and needles and threaders and all that kind of stuff and little tiny scissors. I've done that. So I've done that for my people too. So got to take care of your people. Got to take care of your people. Don't mind me. Just getting rid of my chi. Your people, your people, your mag, your family, your those who are under your wing, man. It's like I look at my son and I'll be like, whenever they need help with something. Like, you're under my wing. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you, peoples. Not you people, your people. The ones you're like with. Yeah, them. So, what do we got here? Oh boy. I see that Twin has been popping up some videos here, folks. So you get to check out some fresh content from our boy Twin Arrows. As long as you don't find how many licks it takes to get to the center of this Tootsie Pop, we're good. We're good. Just keep that over there. Keep that over there. Talking about the Batman stuff. It's kind of faded, but I have a Dark Knight on my wedding ring. I said I love my Batman stuff. Like, I got a Batman bat symbol up here. Walk in the cave, it's up there on the wall, so I can flip the your big gay head. Your big gay head. we yeah. Yeah, that was quite comical. But yeah, the bat signal, it has LED lights behind it and it projects up onto the ceiling and stuff, and kind of cool. One of the kids got it for me for in here, and love it. I love it. Walk in and kick it on and to the bat cave. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, great morning, great evening whenever you're watching this. Blessings to y'all. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like having it. Whenever we bought this house, when you look online, it didn't show this room for good reason. When we came to do the walkthrough and actually see the house, when we opened the door, like, oh, is this a closet or something? Right? Thought it was like a utility closet or something. No, opened the door, and but there was like pallets in here with like boxes for the people to move, stacked floor to ceiling in here. Like, you could not see the back of the room. I'm like, oh, there's a room here. I can't tell how big it is, but maybe I'll use that as a place for me to set up my drums. Yeah, when we went to move in here that day, I actually got to see this room, and my wife's like, "Yep, that's your room." So I can fit all my Minuteman and preparedness type cool guy stuff. I have my desk here. I got my drums over there. I got my Rubbermaid storage totes because we still don't have a storage shed yet. But I got my Rubbermaid storage totes with all my Transformers and old GI Joe stuff that I'll eventually just sell off and make a crap ton of money on. But I got all that stuff there. So I have my music studio and my Minuteman studio all in one. It's quite nice. And on the other side of the wall over there, that's where the wife has her office with her fireplace and all of her fancy little cool stuff. And it's slash office slash nail salon. The girls go over there and do their nails and all that stuff. So it's kind of nice that she has that over there. And I'm very thankful that she has that and I have this. It was quite fortunate. Quite fortunate. I'm very thankful. In the old house, I just had a little nook in a corner. Had a little nook in the corner. I had my stuff like piled up on my desk. Like, I'd have to move like 20 things to get out of the way so I could get to my laptop to do anything. And it was like, sucks. Can we look for like a space for us, even if I have to like corner up in the garage or something? Well, we don't have that great of a garage here. So I got this. You share your garage with the spiders. I don't I don't like spiders, but I don't hate them. Snakes, I don't do. I don't do snakes. They don't brush their teeth, so I don't trust them. I don't care if it's poisonous, if it's not. Take the head, bury the head, toss the body. Spiders, I can just squash them. When I was doing installs and tech stuff, and I lived out there, in Washington. I was up in Grandview, and I was crawling underneath a house. And I had my light, and I was crawling a wire to feed to fish up into a wall from underneath. And As I'm crawling along here, I see something out of the corner of my eye. I look, and there's a freaking hobo spider up there, and about that far, about 10 inches, 12 inches behind it, was a black widow. As I'm crawling, I'm like, maybe they're just hanging out in the beam. I'll live and let live. And I kept crawling. Um, they were following me, so I was like, yeah, took my light and smashed them both, and kept going. A buddy of mine got bit by a black widow, and he ended up having to have a hunk of his leg cut out. I'll just smash them and move on. Snakes, I don't like. I'll avoid them if I can. I try and avoid them, but if I steer. Clear of each other. But if they're trying to be like that, then I done. She's okay with the nope rope, but doesn't like spiders. I don't like either one of them. Don't like either one. They can both skedaddle, be gone. We get these weird things that I think what do they call, like silverfish or something up here. Um, house people call them house spiders. They're not house spiders. They're freaking silverfish. Um, yeah, we get those around here, and just like all their 100 legs as they're climbing on the wall. I'm just like, throws their leg, Dad, and I'm like, oh, I know what it is. Wife caught one the other day. She took a candle that was burned down and went. She's like, I need your help. um, what? I walk in there and she's got one held up against the wall with a candle. So I literally grab some toilet paper. She moves the candle. I grab it off the wall, throw it in the toilet, and flush it. Whatever. Buddy horrified of spiders, send him a tarantula. I have a buddy that has spiders, like tarantulas and stuff like that. They're pets. I'm like, Vic, you do you, bro. Nah. When we were looking for a house, we ended up come looking at this one place, and they had like 50 freaking snakes in this wall with all these things. I'm like, nope, 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 not doing it. Krista, over there in Finley, I was doing an install with a 3 week trainee, and I went to go and he was going to go into the crawl space, and he had his crawl suit on and his stuff, and was getting ready to crawl the wires into the house. And I'm like, dude, get out of the crawl space. He's like, no, I'm just gonna get. I'm like, no, no, get out of the crawl space. Come on, man, get out of the crawl space. He's like, no, you don't have to crawl it. I'll do it. I can do it. I'm comfortable doing it. I'm like, no, get out now. Something I want to show you. It's like, oh, okay. He got out. We're looking down in there, and there was a freaking rattlesnake. S- Small one, didn't have its rattles developed yet. But they found that over there in Joseph. What's up, my dude? They found that some of the what are they, the bull snakes or something like that, or whatever it is, the other snake. They were like they were like crossbreeding with rattlesnakes, and so there's hybrids out there too. I got him out of the crawl space. I didn't want to freak him out and say, dude, there's a snake, because he'd give off the fear pheromone and jump and move. But if he just moved naturally, it'll leave him alone. He got out, and I was like, look, he's like, oh God, well, he's freaking out. I'm like, see, that's why I didn't tell you there's a snake there. But we ended up, the place was a mess out there. I mean, it's Finley. So I grabbed a rake that was randomly laying there, got the snake, picked it up, took it out, held it down, took my knife, took its head, buried the head. Not like there isn't sand everywhere out there, but took the body, set it to the side, let the homeowner know, hey, there's snakes down there. We're not really gonna. We're gonna have you get an exterminator to check things out, get rid of the snakes that are down here. There's no snakes down there. What's that? I have it right here. I just took care of it. He's like, well, I'll crawl under there and feed the wires up. I'm like, well, if you want to do that, that's fine. I'll be there to pull him up and stuff, and he'll feed you slack and everything. We'll make sure that we handle our end of things, but we're not crawling underneath there. Dude took and he had a bottle of old granddad and freaking started tooting on it and capped it off, and he grabbed the flashlight and headlamp and, okay, what do you need me to do? I was like, these little things, hook them onto the thing, and we'll pull them up, feed us some slack, and leave about 5 feet of slack underneath. All right. Well, He went to go underneath and he sat there for about 10 minutes looking around, looking for snakes. Couldn't get up the courage. He couldn't get up the courage to go. And I'm like, I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. I'm not trying to get into a fist fight with a snake underneath a house, crawling wires for TV. His TV service wasn't disconnected at that point. He could keep watching TV. We didn't have anything switched over at this point. Dude, get the exterminator and get rid of the snakes or whatever, and then we'll come back and we'll call it no problem. But he could not get the courage up. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm like, I'm not faulting you, dude. I wouldn't do it either. That's why we said you need to get somebody out here. I thought I could. I thought it. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. I had to give him a hug, and he was half crying, appreciated the fact that we let him know. But yeah, I was a lead technician for them then, and I'm like, I'm not sending my apprentice in there to do that. No, I'm not doing it. He's not doing it. If you do it, I mean, I got a snake bite kit in the van, but nah, I ain't playing that game. So he had the exterminator come out. They cleaned everything out, got everything good. They assured us everything was fine. They couldn't find any eggs or anything else. So we went back and I crawled the wires. I hooked them up, and he got his stuff set up about a week later. So dude, I couldn't. I don't think I could take Magnus out on a walk like that. I mean, he's going to be 3 next month. Um, he's got that puppy energy, and he walks like an asshole on the lead. Um, it's training. We have to spend the time with him and training him. He's got the invisible fence and the collar and stuff. We just don't do it. We tether him because he just walks back and forth across the out of the zone and back into it and out of it and back into it like he's a freaking immortal or something. Meanwhile, neighbor's dog, she just yeah, she gets 5 feet from it and she's like, I don't want to go over there because I don't want to get vibrated or shocked or beeped or whatever it does. But she's good with it, but he's just like, I'm a retard. He's just whatever. So we're gonna have to work with him more on it. But I mean, be able to walk with him, but like that. I what I would love is to be able to take him when I put on the carrier and stuff like that and go out and do jogging and stuff. I'm getting with a guy here that's a track coach. He's one of the track coaches and he does wrestling and stuff like that. He's also a French teacher here at the high school, which is down over the hill from us. Um, my wife's setting me up with him, and we're going to, since she works at the school, she's setting me up with him for giving me tips and stuff with when it comes to running because I was always the idiot, strap on the pack and just go 1 foot in front of the other, smack, 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 and run. I was young, I didn't know any better. I just go run. Football, they don't give you they never gave us like good techniques to go run. ACR, I'll catch you on the flip side, brother. Didn't give us good techniques for running. So I want to learn some good techniques for running and doing this stuff. So before I do that, I'd love to be able to put on the weighted vest and all that kind of stuff, the plate carrier thing with the weights in it, and take him with me and go. But I can't because he's too special. He's got pudding brain. He's got pudding brain. Some of the animals they were born with 2 brain cells, and they're fighting over third place. Him, he's got half a genius brain and he's got half a pudding brain. So depends on which day, which one he has engaged at the time. He's super smart dog. Between him and my Great Dane I had Siren, they were like 2 of the smartest dogs that I've ever had. She was born deaf, but I taught her sign language, and she was like super freaking smart. Him, he can hear. He's a puppy golden retriever, like Teddy and Brody the dude, and he's like them. He's super smart, but some stuff he's an absolute freaking goob. Like he'll lay on his back and hold his toys up and look at his toys, and his farts scare him. The wind scares him. Birds, he hates birds, and he's supposed to be a bird dog or retriever. The only thing he like retrieves is socks and toys. But I love that dog very dearly. He is my dude. He is mommy's baby, but he is my dude. I wish that I could train him for walking on a lead and like being off lead and stuff, but it's not there yet. My hopes is to eventually have a dog that I can take with me off lead to do the Minuteman things. Um, One of my half brothers, he trains dogs, breeds Rottweilers, trains bloodhounds, trains search and rescue dogs, cadaver dogs. He trains them all. So I was kind of hoping that maybe one day I might be able to have Mark work with. Should have sound back now. Thank you for letting me know, ladies. Should have sound back. Let me know. Because that tells me I need to 5-5. Good to go. Thank you. So yeah, that's the one I used for the podcast and for the video and all that stuff and all this live. So I'm not surprised it died. That's why I have two of them. But yeah, I would love to have uh, a dog that I can take out for like the Minuteman and survival stuff to be able to smell and do things. I'm not going to do that with Mags. He's our baby boy. I love that dog. I don't want him to go out and do that stuff. I'd like to get another Great Dane and teach them to do that stuff. Batman with Ace. Ace was a Great Dane. So I'd like to have another one to be able to do that stuff with. Um, my One of my half brothers breeds Rottweilers, trains dogs, trains bloodhounds, trains cadaver dogs, trains search and rescue dogs, does all that kind of stuff, trains the police dogs here a county over. So I was kind of hopes that maybe I might be able to reach out to Mark and have him work with me on that, but we'll see what happens. I might have to go to one of the local guys here and have them do it since he's so far away. Anywho, let me see. All right, folks, I just got the word that my sister in law is on the way here to come visit. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for coming and spending some time with your favorite domesticated moron. Appreciate the love. Appreciate all you guys. Hopefully, y'all having a great day, great morning, great evening whenever you're watching this in replay. Make sure to go into the description to get the info for the podcast. That's where I talk about all the cool schizo guy stuff. And the randomosity, as well as the political climate and the world stuff. Some of you have listened to the podcast and you can attest to the fun there and the stupidity there, as well as the wow, I didn't know that crap. Spend a lot of time doing research for that. So make sure you're popping over there, subscribing to that 5-star review, please. I appreciate that. Helps me gain traction because the overlords like to suppress what we do. So make sure you're doing all that. You guys take care. Love y'all. Be well, be blessed, and I will catch you back for the next Tin Man TNA Live. Later, y'all.